Very good morning, traders. Welcome to today's live market profile and order flow trade analysis by Tradeducation. We are at 233 episode, and before I share today's analysis, I would just like to go through a quick disclaimer that trading involves substantial risk and is not suitable for all investors. Also, the information which I'm sharing is for educational purposes only and cannot be used for any trade-related activity. Okay. So with that, let me just quickly share my screen and let's study the auction which developed yesterday. And are there any hypos or potential auction development paths for which we need to observe for today? Okay. So first of all, I'm just doing this is the hourly chart with the dynamic, well dynamic profile, or the composite. This is basically the composite volume profile, and some of the things which I wanted to share is this particular line. So this line is nothing but this line, and that's exactly where I went long, keeping my targets of 14,200. Okay. Now you would ask me, how was I able to spot that? That is one thing which should be going through my mind, and the logic is pretty simple. So I was just looking at the profile or the structure which developed previously. So that is this particular profile. Okay, this is what I was looking at, and my point of reference was the POC. Okay. Earlier, what has happened is, so let me clear the drawings again. So what happened uh, yesterday, where the auction opened, was around the below the or within the value of yesterday. Okay, so what happened is we were seeing some rejection around the POC of yesterday. Okay, so what was happening is A, B, and C. C came right a few ticks away from the halfback. So this I was looking for to get cleared from intraday perspective. So that was one hypothesis that which I was looking at. But what had happened is the auction reversed from here. Okay, the auction got reversed, and then it was just making new higher highs. Okay, so I shifted my point of reference to the previous day's high. So this is where sort of rejection came in. So if you see this, this is where the rejection came in, and I immediately shifted my reference to the POC because earlier this acted as the level of resistance, which was converted into support. So there would be a retest. Okay, so what I did is actually I put in a limit order around this, but it got filled at here. Okay, and that's exactly where the low, or a pullback was seen, and then the auction just went higher. Okay, so these were the hypothesis which so the uh, benefit of doing hypothesis is it helps you to understand the auction and which direction to take the trade. So I actually waited till this pullback happened, and that's where my order got filled, and then I enjoyed, or I sort of went out with, or went out with flying colors. Okay, so that's not the point which I wanted to share, that where I entered. The point is, you have to understand market profile and don't look it as a buy and sell indicator. Don't just randomly short at value area high. Don't just randomly go long at value area low. That's what a lot of people are doing. So that's what I wanted to share, that stay away from those trading strategies. And some of the trading strategies, if the auction enters here and if we see a rejection, then you can take a short with the target of value area low. Okay, yeah, it does work, but if you have good capital and if you have this risk management, because this is your stop loss, and so this is your risk and this is your reward, pretty huge reward. But what happens if the auction went the other way around? What will you do? Okay, so things like that you have to consider a lot. Don't just randomly take the trades and just follow mechanical stuff what market profile does. And there are some algos available now, and a lot of things are going on. So we are, as a retail trader, we have to stay away and we have to identify, we have to develop our own hypo, and then based on that, we have to take the trades. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to share. Now coming to today's analysis, we are still continuing one-time framing higher, and one-time framing higher is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Since 10 days, we are just trending up. Volumes are also decent enough, around 9.5. I would say 97. I would say sort of 97 lakh, 97 lakh contracts traded. 97 lakh is what, 9.97 lakh. Yeah, that is 9.7 million. Okay, so pretty good volumes are coming in auction. So it means that the prices are accepted, getting, as the auction is developing higher, the prices are getting accepted. Okay. Uh, Now let me just go through the today's profile and let me just share what is my analysis. So first of all, we have got a poor high, we have got a halfback, we have got a pullback low, and we also have got a poor low. So there are trapped sellers here. Okay, there are trapped sellers here. Not big volume. There are some 176 or 180 trapped sellers. So not big volume, but this I'll keep it because there are trap sellers present pretty close by to the halfback reference. So you need to think who is coming exactly a few ticks away and taking the entire auction higher. Okay, so this particular auction is weak. Uh, Second reference is the poor high. So there are not trapped buyers, but this is an anomaly. Third is, if you see, there are single prints. So this is only one single print, and overall the structure, if you see, it's pretty jagged. There are a lot of anomalies. So what my expectation is, we might open today with a gap up and immediately come down, clear the poor highs, develop sideways, and then see some sort of rejection around the pullback low. Okay, that is the first option development path which I'm having. Second option development path is we don't fill the gap, and option is just developing higher and continuing higher. Okay, that is the second option development path. Third option development path is we see continuation to the lower side, and we see a sort of a non-linear break. So tagging this G2 low, tagging this particular single print, tagging this failed option. Okay, so these are the three hypos which I'm having today. Let me just see where the auction is going to develop because I have not checked the market open. Okay, so flat opening 41 points, 11,240. Okay, so let me close that. So 240. So hypo 1 is what I'm looking at, and hypo 1 and hypo 2. Hypo 3 will come later on, but these are the two hypotheses or the auction development path which I'm looking at to develop today. Okay, now jumping to the structured approach, let me just add all these data points and let me remove this. Yeah, this is reference is fine. So auction is still above value area high, so we need to observe that this level sustains. Okay, yeah, so there are some couple of comments. That is pullback low and what is stealth auction. I think Nitish, you can connect with Rajendran. He's the one who has termed this stealth auction. Or, I don't know what, I don't know how to explain it. It's part of my training, so I can't share it publicly. If you want to know, you have to go through my training. Okay, so the auction has started, and what has happened is auction opened. It tagged the poor highs, and now we should see. So auction path number 1 is in play. Hypothesis number 1 is in play, and we should see the continuation to the downside. If you see, the massive selling came in, unfinished auction around the high, uh, 18, what is the number, 1500 contracts traded. So let me delete all this typo so that it becomes pretty clear. Okay, so now we have cleared the single, so we have entered the single print and seen some sort of rejection. I'll also mark the HVN. So this is one HVN. We also have one more HVN. So these two levels I'll be observing. So overall delta is negative. Okay. So we are seeing acceptance above VWAP. That's fine. Some choppiness action is still going on. Let it be. And I'm sorry for the noise because I'm working from home. And yeah, I think I'll start working from office after getting the vaccine, and that's still 6 months away. So bear with me for the next 6 months for this early morning noises. Let me just go on mute. I'll just check. Okay, so what is happening is let the unfinished auction be cleared. I'm not seeing any trade location right now, but clearly there is acceptance of VWAP. Uh, 4,300 contracts have been traded, and delta is trying to be positive. Uh, so it is trying to become positive. Okay. So no trade locations at the moment. Commitment of buyers is pretty strong. Commitment of traders from the buyer side. Let it continue. Let sellers come in. Okay. So my immediate point of reference is this HVN, and the poor high has been cleared. Also, we have got an halfback reference, and that is here. Okay. So what you can do is you can also keep yesterday's high as a reference, point of reference. And if the auction, so right now auction is, the tempo is slowing down. There is some exhaustion being seen. So if the auction comes below this level, that can be a good opportunity to take a short position. But right now I'm not seeing that opportunity yet. So let it continue. Let the high be tagged because unfinished auctions are there. Now if the delta turns positive, here it's trying to turn positive. Once it turns positive, expectation is buyers to step in. If they do not step in, um, also the price action, what you see is or how the auction is getting developed is, yesterday those who went long, when they saw that the auction has opened with a gap up, they would immediately try to, so those BTST type of traders, they would have immediately tried to sold. So and those who went short, they would have tried to go, so those who bought yesterday, they would have selling orders, and those who sold yesterday, they would have buying orders. So all this choppiness action is of that. Okay. So 5,600, 5,962 contracts traded. Auction closed above VWAP. We are seeing some good strong positive delta coming in. Okay. So let the high be tagged. I'm waiting for the high to be tagged, and let's see what happens. So let the high be tagged. I'm just writing down in my journal as right as if we are looking at the market. Time is 9:20. Okay, so the high has been tagged. There are 207. Is it 2 or is it 3? I think it's 2 or 3, whatever. But there are trapped buyers there, no sellers. So now sellers are stepping in. So today's low, just 40 trap, 40 or 48 trapped sellers, not big. So odds are higher that we will be tagging the high. So what I'm expecting is the auction to tag the VWAP, see some sort of choppiness, and then continue to the higher side. So let it continue. So okay, so we will be tagging the VWAP. Let's see whether that happens or not. Yeah, okay. So I'm waiting for buyers to step in. This was an expected move. So let sellers come in. And now we need to observe how the auction is getting developed around the VWAP. What type of price action we are able to see. If I make this. Okay. So 4,000 contracts traded. We are still a minute left. I think if it goes beyond 6,000, so good selling pressure coming in. So we just need to wait and watch. Just need to wait and watch. That's what I'm looking at. No need to hurry for any trades. Okay, 134. So now open interest is increasing. 134, 39, 850. So that's just one parameter I'm looking at. You don't need to look at it. But what I'm trying to gauge is OI versus the price action. There's nothing new in that. Everyone uses it. I was just talking to a friend of mine and he shared that. Just have a look at it and see if it makes sense. So, yeah. So I'm waiting for the VWAP to get tagged and 4,500 contracts traded. I'm expecting sellers to step in now. So there is a delta divergence. So there was absorption of supply. Stop hunting. Now let's see what we see. Okay, so we're just tagging the half back and going higher, tagging the half back and going higher. Let sellers come in, let them step in. Let me just jump to the volume profile chart. We're nowhere near the references. Yeah, so now sellers have stepped in. So now what I'm looking at is you can take a short position, keeping your stop loss above this candle high, target of today's low. Because that's what I'm seeing which will be achieved. So that is one trade location. So I'm waiting for sellers to step in, push the accelerator hard. It's just tagging the yesterday's high. So that's what you need to. That's what I'm looking at. If you see this, it's just tagging the yesterday's high, and who is coming here. Who is buying here. Okay, so it should go lower. That's what the option I'm looking at to develop. Yeah, so still buyers are stepping in. 1300 contracts traded. So now some choppiness seen. Just see the delta. Yeah, delta is coming down, price is coming down. That's fine. Here also we are able to see that. So let sellers step in. And now I'm looking for the good tempo. Fourteen to 24. 14 to 23.95. Yeah. So let this be getting tagged. Let this go lower to 24. Let it go lower. The time is 9:29. 30 seconds to go. And I'm waiting for buyers to just step out. Okay, so 2446 contracts traded. So this is the target for the short side, and you should be out of the trade now. So see the buying which came in. So those who sold, they are buying here. So those are some scalpers like me. So now I'm expecting further continuation to the downside. Uh, so let's see whether that happens or not. Yeah, we are seeing continuation. Okay, so now my destination is this particular HVN. So that's what I'm looking at. Okay, so that's the target which I have, and that's what I wanted to share in today's live analysis. And with that, ending the session for today, and let's catch up again tomorrow and observe how the auction gets developed. Till then, happy and safe trading. Take care and bye for now.